Hey, what's up, you guys? Have you seen how Antifa has been on a rampage? And Portland, Seattle, Baltimore, these major cities, their politicians won't do anything about it. Police chiefs have actually quit their jobs because they haven't been allowed, permitted to do their jobs. And Portland being the worst of all. We've had a couple of murders up there this year. Um, Police, a lot of the police are extreme left themselves, and those who aren't are becoming leftists just to save their careers. But Antifa is out of control. Now, in my martial arts classes, I have always taught my kids, if somebody is going to hit you, then you hit them first. You don't need to let somebody hit you and strike you, because it might be the only punch thrown. And if they hit you once, you hit them twice. And I've had moms, and I've had even a couple of dads, mostly moms, that have scoffed at that in the past. Well, my child shouldn't have to hit them twice. Yes, they should. And the reason they're doing that is to send a clear message. The bully needs to understand, if I put my hands on this person, on little Johnny's going to hit me in the face twice as much as I hit him. If I hit him 2 times, he's going to hit me 3. Think that they got. Antifa is doing the same thing, and BLM. Antifa and BLM, they're going up to people's houses and they're screaming at them like domestic terrorists and threatening them. If you think this isn't domestic terrorism, you're wrong. If you think somehow that all these white people had this coming, then you're wrong. There were some guys this week that were begging them not to hurt them, and they were pointing at their Biden-Harris signs in the yard. They're like, look, we voted for Biden, and the mob didn't care. It's mob rules. And mobs, like any mob, sharks, dogs, anything, when they go into a feeding frenzy, they don't stop. And to deal with Antifa, Antifa is the schoolyard bully of the politics. They're a bunch of pussy cowards that attack in mobs. They don't know what it is to go up and up with one person. But how you deal with them is, well, how you don't deal with them, everybody was on the right was celebrating and praising Kyle Rittenhouse, and after the Kenosha shooting. And look, it's obvious that was self-defense. The kid was running for his life. The mob, no matter what you say, the mob did not have a right to try to chase and kill this kid. Okay, he was carrying a firearm. He was carrying it for personal protection. He was also there as a medic. But the mob, like any feeding frenzy, as soon as they smelled a little blood, they went after it, just like sharks. And 2 people ended up getting killed. 1 person ended up losing his bicep. And the left immediately said Kyle was a murderer. Well, no matter what you say, when I'm running away from you and I'm doing my best to get away and save my life and I'm trying to retreat, that's not murder. When you attack me and you try to stomp me in the head and you try to strike me with a solid contact instrument, that is attempted murder. You're trying to kill me. So that's how the left is going to see it. And Antifa got away with that. So this can happen in sporadic bursts of people defending themselves, and it'll never make a difference. The only way that Antifa is going to stop is if everyone in the country starts acting like a big brother. Now, there's a lot of us in the country, and you guys will say, well, I'm not going to comply with that. I'm not complying with them. I'm not complying with. Doesn't matter if you're complicit or not. If you're not taking a stand and you're standing up, then you're part of the problem. Kid, there's a movie, okay movie, but this kid, typical, getting bullied by high school bullies, and this guy comes into the picture, a stranger, takes him into the bar, and the stranger just beats the shit out of the high school football team, who's an underage, and they're at the bar drinking. So he sends such a clear message by the beating that he gave them that they never bothered that kid again. Never. So everybody in the country needs to start being a big brother. And what I mean by that is, you have Antifa in your area, or somebody who's they're screaming Antifa and BLM supporting it. The bully always gets real quiet when the big brother comes along. He'll pick on the kid or the victim or the intended victim when that kid's alone. But when he knows the big brother is there and the big brother ain't gonna take any shit, the bully is really quiet. And that's what everybody needs to become, a big brother. You need to just start kicking the shit out of Antifa or BLM anytime they raise their voice, anytime they start to do something like that. It can't just be periodically like Kenosha or one or two of these guys that they're screaming, oh, they're in the Proud Boys. Look at those black white supremacists over there in the Proud Boys. It can't be like that. It needs to be nationwide. And the country, to gain back your dignity and your respect and to quell this insurrection that is being done by people who are proudly proclaiming themselves as anarchists and domestic terrorists, you got to start being the big brother. So Antifa starts rolling up and BLM and they're screaming, get out of my house, get out of my house, that's my house, you're a white supremacist. If you don't bow down to me and kiss my shoes, then you're a white supremacist. Well, I got news flash for you. I'm not kissing anybody's shoes. And good luck with that if you think you can make me. But you just got to be the big brother. Because if you're going to be the big brother, then you need to stomp that person's ass anytime they come around your little brother or your little sister and send that message clearly. And if you send the message clearly, they'll get the idea. And I mean every time. Every time. Now, you guys in Portland, how does that work? You guys are going to have to get together and work together. And when Antifa shows up in a mob of 100, you need to show up in a mob of 300. And don't listen to the police because you're going to get arrested. That's a fact. But the police are there, one, to protect Antifa. Two, they don't want to see anything happen to either side, but they will arrest you because you are the law-abiding citizen. So don't think that they won't arrest you in a heartbeat. So be the big brother. If Antifa shows up with 200 people, you show up with 400 people. And, if you've never been in a fight, you might take a couple of shots, you might get hit, but understand this, you're going to have to start whipping some ass wholesale, and that's just the only way you're going to be able to deal with a bully. Because like I said, the things that happened in Kenosha, though people understood it and people sympathized with it, it's not going to change it, it's not going to make a bit of difference because it's happening so sporadically. The media will cover it up, the media will lie. You guys just have to make your voices heard and be the big brother across the country. This is Bob Smith, Blood Makes You Related, and Loyalty Makes You Family. Out.